Hello and welcome to Cherry's Corner's Kitchen. And today I'm making ice lollies. Now, it's been hot here in Cornwall the last week or two. And a while ago my kids said to me, "Daddy, can you make us some ice lollies?" Yeah, okay. So I put a bit of fruit juice into a lolly mould, froze it, gave it to them. Not keen on this, they said. It's all crystally and not like the ones we get in the shops. Okay. So I got some fruit from my garden, blitzed it up, little bit of sugar, stuck that in, gave it to them. Same again. Daddy, it's not like the ones we get in the shop. It's not that great. Oh, okay. So I looked it up. I've been practicing how to make ice lollies like the pros. And I've come up with 3 fabulous recipes that will please anyone. Now, admittedly, to get to the end product, I've ate a lot of lollies. My kids have, my neighbour's dog. Everyone's been eating ice lollies around me. But I've come up with 3 fabulous recipes. The first is a fruit lolly. The second is a milk lolly. Do you remember those milk lollies we used to have as kids? Anyway, I've done my version of that. And the third is a luxury lolly. It's a peaches and cream ripple lolly. And it's flipping good. Right, let's just crack right on and get the ingredients out, shall we? So here's our ingredients for our fruit lolly. I have 150 grams of fruit. Now I have strawberries, raspberries and red currants. And actually I've just picked these out of my garden. So use what fruit you have. Use what fruit you want to use. Now I have 150 mils of apple juice. And in this ramekin I have 8 teaspoons of sugar. Now this is something I discovered whilst looking up how to make lollies. The sugar stops the ice crystals from forming. So the more sugar you put in, the softer it gets. In fact, if you put too much sugar in, it doesn't freeze. You end up with a slushy thing that the stick just pulls straight out of. So for this recipe you need at least 4 teaspoons to stop the ice crystals and no more than 8 teaspoons so that it freezes. But I'm going to blitz it up and add some sugar to taste. Interestingly, when things are frozen, you can't taste the sweetness quite as much, so you need to over sweeten it. I would say put in as much sugar as you think it needs and then put in an extra teaspoon for the fact that it's going to lose its sweetness as it freezes. Right, let's crack right on and show you how to make it. Okay, so here we go. Now, I'm using my daughter's smoothie maker. I find it's way better to have a dedicated blender for sweet things. There's nothing worse than making a banana milkshake and using a blender that's just been made to make garam masala. My kids don't like that, I promise you. Right, so into our little... I use a jam funnel, save spilling it all over the table. But into our smoothie maker goes our fruit and our apple juice. And because I know it needs at least 4 teaspoons of sugar, I'm going to put in 4 teaspoons of sugar. Now at that level, I know the ice crystals won't form and my kids won't complain. But I think it will need to be sweeter. Right, turn it over, put it on. Okay, so now I'm going to give it a little taste. I think it's because of the red currants, but that's way sharp. So, in fairness, I've made this recipe so many times. For me, it needs all 8 teaspoons of sugar. But as I say, if you're using just strawberries, which are sweeter, you might get away with 4, or you might need to do 6. But I think it's because I've got red currants in there. It just makes it really sharp. And that's that blitzed. Okay. Now I'm going to sieve my lolly ingredients. Obviously I've used raspberries, strawberries and red currants, so there will be an amount of pips. We put this through our sieve and with a little spoon, again I use a sieve, a jam funnel and a jug. The jug just makes it easier. Okay, and then we just make sure there's none left on the bottom of the sieve. And I get rid of this. Now, here's my lolly mould. It's a silicone lolly mould. Now, I bought this before I did all my research on how to make lollies nice and smooth without too much crystallization. And one of the things they say is you should freeze your lollies as quickly as possible. So this must go into the bottom of your freezer right at the back, and they'll freeze quickly. And that helps to stop the formation of the crystals. They also suggest using a metal lolly mould. Unfortunately, I'd already bought this one, and I'm not buying two. So I'm only going to make a couple now, because obviously I've got to freeze all sorts of lollies, which I'm going to be making after this. So we just pour it in. And as you can see, there's enough mixture left, probably for another one, maybe two. When I filled it all up, I've got this little cover that goes over the top. And then with this one, you get lolly sticks and you push them down into the holes until they're in far enough and stick it in the freezer. If you have any leftover mix from your fruit lolly, you can use this as a lovely fruit sauce over ice cream or as a dessert. It's got lots of uses. Anyway, get on and make the next one. So here's the ingredients for our milk lolly. Now, interestingly, just like the fruit lolly needed sugar to stop the ice crystals forming, this one is going to use fat to stop the ice crystals forming. So we use 300 mils of full fat milk, 75 grams of condensed milk, you know, the one that comes in a tin, and I'm going to use a teaspoon of vanilla extract. It's a nice simple one, this one, so we'll crack right on and get it made, shall we? So our next lolly couldn't be simpler. It's our milk lolly. So 300 mils full fat milk, 75 grams of condensed milk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then we just give it a really good stir. Just to make sure the condensed milk and vanilla extract. Now, if you had some vanilla paste, you could use that, and that will give you the little specks of vanilla. Might look lovely. Okay, and then we bring back in our lolly moulds. And I'm going to make there we go. Now that made 3 lollies. A little bit left. I can't get any more in. As I say, it depends how big your lolly moulds are as to how many it makes. But that makes 3 of mine. Right, on to the next one. Now here's our ingredients for our luxury peaches and cream lollipop. Right, it is a bit full on this one, but it's worth it. So we have 200 mils of double cream, 70 grams of condensed milk, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, if you want to, you can just do what I do, which we're going to whip this up, add the condensed milk and the vanilla extract, put it into a little tub, and it makes a really good no churn vanilla ice cream. But we're going to make a lolly, but as I say, you can make your own no churn ice cream as well. And then for the peaches, I've got half a tin of peaches, which is actually 125 grams if you want to measure it out, and 4 teaspoons of granulated sugar, which will add in and blitz it all up. So let's make our peaches and cream ice lolly, shall we? So again, I'll use my jam funnel. They're useful things, don't cost a lot. I use them for all sorts. Just saves making a mess. So peaches in, 4 teaspoons of sugar in, put it on, and make sure we got all the sugar. There we go. And that is our peach puree made. Oh, delicious. Right, onto the cream. So we've made the peach puree and now we're on to the cream part of it. Now, as I say, if you just make this, put it into a container, it makes a lovely no churn ice cream. So we've got our double cream, condensed milk, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now we're going to whip it all up. Now we don't want to whip it or over whip it, as we'll never get it into our lolly moulds. Right, let's assemble. So to assemble our peaches and cream ice lollies, we put in a small amount of the peach puree, and then some of the cream. And then I'm going to give it a little tap. It's much easier if you're just making those and you don't have milk lollies right next to it. And now I'm going to add a bit more peach puree. I'm going to actually make 4. So more cream in that one. And then we put in some more of our cream mixture. Right, and again we're going to tap it down gently. I just give them a little squeeze. We want to try and get the air out. And then any peach puree, and then, oh, see, I always make a mess right at the end. Top them up. I'll just get rid of that. Now, as you can see, I've got quite a lot of cream left. Probably enough to make 8 lollies, I would think. So you could either cut that down by a half, or I'm going to put it into a ramekin, freeze it, no churn ice cream, and then I can use up the leftover fruit sauce over the top, a few strawberries, bits and pieces, broken up meringue, put in for tonight, sorted. Right, so to finish these, I get a metal skewer and we just very carefully give it a stir. This will help to get rid of any air bubbles, but it also gives us our rippled. Right, I'm going to put my lid on. And with this one, you can put your lollipop stick in just far enough and it holds it in place. If you don't have one like this, then you can freeze the lollies for a couple of hours, push the stick down into it and then completely freeze it. And off our lollies go. Now I'm going to leave these overnight. So I've actually made some yesterday, day before, and I've got them in the freezer, and I'll take them out to show you what they look like. Right, off these go. So here's our 3 ice lollies that I made yesterday. Our beautiful fruit ice lolly. Our milk lolly. And our peaches and cream lolly. There you go. How do they look? Not too bad, I don't think. As I say, I've had this slate in the freezer so I can display the ice lollies without them melting. But there you go. 3 lovely ice lollies. Very simple. Just as good as the ones in the shop. More satisfying. You know exactly what's in them. No preservatives, no additives. Okay, there's sugar, cream and milk in some of them. But hey, lollies are a treat. It's not like my kids are going to sit down and eat 5 of these tonight. Well, I don't think they are anyway. Right, there you go. Ice lollies. How simple was that? So there we have it. 3 different ways of making an ice lolly. They're all absolutely beautiful. Now, once you understand how to make an ice lolly, make your own. Have a go. Different ingredients, mix it up. But please, if you do, leave us a comment and tell us what you've made. It'd be great to hear from you. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching this edition of Jerry's Cornish Kitchen. And if you have, please subscribe, press the like button and leave us a comment. As I always say, try it and tell us what you think. Right, I've got my milk lolly taking me back to when I was a kid. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.